Hello people, very nice to see you again. Joining me today is my good friend of many years, Nigel.
Yo.
So today we're going to do a Transformers ranking video for you people, and I'm going to start off by talking about the worst to the best. Now the worst is Transformers The Last Night. What do you think about it?
It just, I don't know, it's like, I just don't know what to say. Hot Rod being French, what? It's like me, I have a personal vendetta altogether for Hot Rod because in the original 1980s Transformers cartoon movie,
Which I haven't seen.
here's the reason Optimus died, because Optimus nearly was beating the shit out of Megatron,
Yeah.
and then Hot Rod comes along, oh, I've got to help Optimus, and then he gets basically taken hostage by Megatron and just shoots the shit out of Optimus, and it's like, Optimus could have killed him if you didn't get your ass in the way. And then you got Optimus who becomes Nemesis Prime, which originally Nemesis Prime is his own Transformer, who's black instead of just being an alternate brainwashed Optimus, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, I get it, because Optimus was brainwashed in The Last Night, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was evil for a majority of the film for one, which sucked. And the only time you ever get to see him in action was when he had a fight with Bumblebee. That looked great from the trailers, but when you get it on screen, it's kind of like that Godzilla film, the one in 2014, where Godzilla had like 10 minutes of screen time and the rest of the screen time was devoted to people which were boring and the other creatures.
Hey, don't diss that film.
I didn't like it, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, it's just, I just don't know. Like, oh, Transformers have been on the planet for years, and it's like, if so, how come nobody, like...
How can you not see something that big?
Yeah.
Basically,
And
yeah.
Bumblebee being in World War II, even though in the first film, well, it kind of ties in, but would it be records of, like, a Transformer being in World War II, or what?
Yeah, there'd be at least something. I mean, how could you miss something that big? I mean, surely, if there was a giant-ass robot running through my street right now, I'd see it.
I'd get an Instagram.
If I could if I can spot some poor defenseless cat running across the road getting hit by a car, I'm sure I can spot a Transformer.
Wait, is World Star still a thing these days?
Is what's the other thing?
World Star?
Huh?
You never heard of World Star?
No, I haven't.
People used to record fights and go, yo, World Star so-and-so, fighting so-and-so, so-and-so.
Oh, you want to be
it's
those...
big.
Oh, yeah. No, hate that. So, I'm going to give Transformers The Last Night an F. What about you?
I just hate Michael Bay in general, so...
He has strong opinions on Michael Bay. An F from him too.
Explosions don't make movies or fight scenes or
No.
shaky close-up cams.
See, what I love, for example, with one shot in The Force Awakens, Star Wars The Force Awakens, where it's Finn and Rey running away from the stormtroopers shooting at them on Jakku. The camera focused on our characters and them trying to escape the situation. It didn't zoom out on all these explosions popping up everywhere. I'm just going to shoot an explosion right there, one over there as well. That doesn't make for good filmmaking. Bay, you suck.
Do you think Michael Bay got inspiration from Power Rangers or the explosions?
Yeah, I pretty much did, but I'd much rather sit and watch Power Rangers than most of the Transformers films, to be honest.
Because literally, like, every single scene in Power Rangers, like, hi-ya, bang, hi-ya, bang, slash, bang.
Yeah, like the sparks flying off the
So,
characters.
like, what did Michael Bay get inspiration from that for all his explosions?
He must have done, but that was the 90s. This is today. Okay, guys, so next up, in 5th place, is Transformers Age of Extinction. This film sucks. What do you think of this one?
I liked it because it brought the Dinobots in, but
Yeah, that was interesting, but
they remade Megatron into Galvatron, and then he rocks up in The Last Night again as Megatron, which makes no sense.
yeah, what was the point? It's like just wasted character storylines there. They could have done something more with it. Maybe let Galvatron be part of the franchise for a little bit longer, and then bring Megatron back miraculously. But instead, they decided to just bring him back in the next film.
But it's like, in that one, he becomes Galvatron, we get his remains, make him into Galvatron, he can transform into a truck for some reason. He has like some liquid, when he transforms, it's like liquid all forming together or some crap like that.
Yeah.
And then, in The Last Night, it's Megatron again, but he can transform into a jet, which makes no sense.
Yeah, I mean...
And you get all these other Decepticons who've just turned up from nowhere, and it's like...
Yeah, but where did they come from? It's just like he can magically just snap his fingers and then he gets more minions.
Yeah, it's like, in Age of Extinction, it's like, yeah, they created new Decepticons from the remains of, like, you know, but come on, an evil Bumblebee called Stinger, which just makes no sense.
Stinger, very creative, right?
It's just Bumblebee, but in red and just like with different, just altered differently.
Yeah, an incredibly stupid scene where like Bumblebee gets jealous and starts kicking the crap out of this Stinger as well. And I have to go on about the character. I don't know the character's name. Bald guy with glasses. Bald guy with glasses. He's the one that said, how do you say get the fuck out of the way in Chinese?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know who I mean?
I've only watched it once.
He irritates the fuck out of me. He was like the owner of that company that was making these new Transformers.
But there's one thing to give him credit for. Mark Wahlberg did a better job than Shia LaBeouf.
I'm not so sure.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, Mark Wahlberg was okay. I like Mark Wahlberg, I do.
But Shia LaBeouf just runs around screaming all the time.
Yeah. Optimus! Bumblebee!
He sounds like a pre...
Bumblebee! Optimus! Bumblebee! Bee! Optimus! Bee! Is Bee in there?
Pubescent teen going through like whose balls haven't dropped yet.
Yeah, I do admit. Okay, I will think that I didn't really like Mark Wahlberg in the last night, but in Age of Extinction, he was okay. I mean, at least the human main antagonist got involved with the action.
But at least we went back with Optimus being a old school 1980s truck in the beginning, which was probably quite cool.
I like that. Yeah. But overall, the Age of Extinction is not a good movie. There's just tons of explosions. I'm also going to give this one an F. How about you?
Well, like I've said, I hate Michael Bay.
He gets an F2. Fourth place, I'm going to go with Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Is it Revenge of the Fallen? Yes, Revenge of the Fallen.
I will admit, I do like this film for one reason. And that's Megatron bitch slapping Starscream with his own arm.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I like in the whole movie.
I want to admit, the action was a bit better in this. As we discussed before we started filming this, there was that scene in the open field where Optimus is taking on all of these Decepticons at once. That scene was good. Wide shots where you could see what was going on, and not the close-up shaky cam bullshit you had in the others.
And also it proves that Megatron, he may treat Starscream like shit, but when he gets a crap beaten at him by Optimus, who's fused with Jetfire,
yeah,
he gets smacked with a wall, gets completely fucked up with his jaw hanging off, and he shouts Starscream, which proves that no matter how badly he treats Starscream, he still relies on him in his hour of need.
Yeah, exactly. Even the big bad guy needs a helping hand sometimes, I suppose.
It's just that scene where you see Megatron just flat out with his jaw hanging off, going Starscream.
Okay, I think the reason why I don't really like this entirely is that Michael Bay and his tension for really cringy humour. I mean, what was that thing with like those numbers going through Sam's head? I mean, kick the calendar. What the hell was that?
Hey! You ever have a song stuck in your head? It's like the worst song ever, but you can't help but whistle it or sing it. It's like repeats itself, repeats itself, repeats itself, repeats itself, repeats itself, repeats itself. Kick the calendar, 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 kick the calendar. What the F? I know you're freaking out. Don't freak out. Don't freak out.
Okay, I will admit, when it first came out, it was funny. I laughed. I giggled. What about you?
I don't know. I like the fact how they had Jetfire as a Decepticon first, like he originally was, then turned to an Autobot. But just changing his mind there on the spot about changing size, it's like, what the hell? It's like, oh yes, it's a personal choice, rah rah rah, and you get Wheelie, who's like, oh yes, I'm an Autobot too now. Where in the original 1980s movie, they found Wheelie on a planet.
These are the two small Transformers, right? The two, yeah. You know, that's my boy, you stupid bitch, or something like that.
In the 1980s movie, Cup and Hot Rod and the Dinobots get separated from the others who go to the Junker planet, and they end up on another planet. And while Cup and Hot Rod are being held for being trialled for execution, the Dinobots come across Wheelie, who shoots Grimlock with a slingshot.
Oh right.
And when he finds him, he says, Grim, find, look behind. And he's basically just talks in like, he talks kind of backwards, but like in a squeaky voice. But in this one, he's like, just looks like a robotic rodent.
He does, to be fair. I mean, okay, I have to address something, which is possibly the worst scene in the entire film. What gives with the mini Decepticon humping Megan Fox's leg?
Who's your little Autobot? Name's Wheelie. Yeah. Say my name. Say my name.
and Megan Fox just stands by and lets him do it like it's nothing.
I would want to say something, but if there's younger viewers, I wouldn't, because it's a Megan Fox joke.
Oh, yeah. Okay, guys, so overall, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, there are some exciting scenes in it, but overall, the story and the overall craziness that Bay just brings to the screen
Just
is not for
something
me.
I noticed.
Yeah, one more thing.
There's two sets. Oh, what's it called? There's two sets of Destructicons. Have you noticed?
Destructicons.
Who form Devastator? Because you've got the ones
Oh,
who
yeah,
form
yeah, the
Devastator.
big thing that swallowed the pyramid up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Devastator, but when you look at the scene where they're shooting everything, where we've got the shootout between the soldiers, the Autobots and the Decepticons, you see the Destructicons again, and it's like, hang on, they're forming as Devastator. So what they're doing here? Because Bumblebee kills one of them when he's saving Sam and his parents.
He does, yeah.
So how?
Okay, so is that like inaccuracies to the old Transformers, or is it just a general movie mistake? Do you think?
It's a general movie mistake. 'Cause in the original Transformers,
Yeah.
you had the Destructicons who formed Devastator, you
Right.
had Menasor, you had Bruticus, and it's like,
I'm unfamiliar with these names, by the way. Like, he's the expert.
this is why you should play Transformers Devastation.
Is that a game?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll check it out. Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, to me, it's okay. I'm going to give it a C-.
I'll give it a B just for the fact that Megatron pimp slaps like Starscream with his own arm.
Cool scene. Number 3, Transformers Dark of the Moon. What do you think of this one?
I like it because Leonard Nimoy done the voice of Sentinel Prime.
Yeah, great voice acting. Yeah, perfect there.
Even though, ironically, Leonard Nimoy actually done the voice for Galvatron in the original 1980s movie.
No, oh, interesting casting choice then.
Yeah.
Okay, I must address first before I get into any more bitchiness that Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, as much as Megan Fox, to me anyway, is not a very good actress. Like, maybe she has potential if she was given the right kind of script and the right kind of film. But so far, she's been in stuff like Transformers, Jennifer's Body, the Ninja Turtles reboot, which was also terrible. No offense if you like that one.
No, just no.
But Rosie Huntington-Whiteley and Shia LaBeouf, they have no on-screen chemistry at all, and I just got annoyed. It felt very forced, and they didn't need to have a love interest. I mean, maybe Sam and Michaela broke up, and Sam's just on his ones now. Maybe he has a flatmate or something, bringing in a more interesting character. One thing you did want to say at the beginning.
It's like, the best thing about a character though is like, the way she gives Megatron a pep talk. She goes like, oh, you won't be known as Megatron the so-and-so of so-and-so, but you'll be remembered as Megatron, who is Sentinel Prime's bitch. And it's like, you're calling Megatron a bitch. No one has, like, you'd expect no one to get away with it. Even if Starscream did it or something, you'd basically, like, you'd probably get an arse kicking, but a human saying it to Megatron and giving him, like, the motivation to go and kill Sentinel.
In any minute now, you'll be nothing but Sentinel's bitch.
I'm thinking now, that's probably the only line in the entire film which didn't annoy me that she said. I mean, Megatron obviously went for her, but then he stopped and thought to himself, hang on, this puny human is right.
Yeah.
Which brings me to one of my favourite scenes, is at the very end where Optimus, bear in mind, has one arm, and he takes on like Sentinel and Megatron. One of my favourite scenes in the entire film, although he would have probably died if it weren't for Megatron in the first place. But yeah, that scene's just awesome.
Even though I'm kind of pissed off about Shockwave died easily. It's like,
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
like, it's like,
something that big and he's taken down so easily.
it's like, oh yeah, they killed the pet worm he had, but it's like, Optimus comes up, gets a knuckle duster and just punches his side out. It's like,
And that's it.
yeah, it's like, okay, you see him at the beginning of the movie, and even Optimus is like hesitant when he says it's Shockwave, because he knows that like apparently Shockwave is like dangerous, but it's like,
Yeah.
when he finally fights him, it's like, duck, 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 bang, and it's like, you'd expect more from it.
The big villain, the big reveal, this is Shockwave. He's the most deadly villain of us all. Dead. By a knuckle duster.
Yeah. I
So-
don't know.
So, Dark of the Moon, to me, I like the action in it. I like the story, but the relationship is very forced, and overall these films aren't great. So I'm going to give this one a C. Again, C. How about you?
I've got to give it a C due to the had Soundwave in it, and plus Razorbeak.
Of course, yeah.
Razorbeak actually done his job being like an infiltrator spy,
Yeah.
like he did in the originals.
What was with the John Malkovich and playing like a kitten thing with Bumblebee?
I don't know. I kind of liked it though, because it's John Malkovich. So
It's John Malkovich, but that's just a bit over the top, don't you think?
have you ever seen Being John Malkovich?
I don't think I want to. Number 2 is going to be the first Transformers by Michael Bay. So, what are your thoughts on this one? Where it all started.
I was like a teenager when it came out. There was like so much hype around it, but when it came out, it was like, okay, we can understand like modern day cars, modern day things. But it's like, it looked like pieces of scrap metal fighting. It's like,
Hasn't aged particularly well, has it?
but it's like the fight. It's always about earlier. The fight scene between Optimus and Bone Crusher on the highway. You see them both. You see them like tackle each other off the highway. And when they start fighting, it's like that. It's like that zoomed up shaky cam, so you can't
Yeah.
really tell what's going on. And then you see Optimus rip his head off, and it's like,
Yeah, like that. That's it. Like how the hell did that even happen in the first place?
yeah. And also the fact they killed off Jazz and like they just
Yeah,
killed him off.
wait, is that like right at the end where Megatron says, "No, I want 2," and sort of rips him apart like
Yeah,
that?
because he's there shooting him. He's like, he's there basically. He's going by his foot. And he's like, he's shooting him. He shoots him. He said, "Oh, you want a piece of me? Come on, you want a piece of me?" He goes, "Oh, I'll have 2 of you," and just rips him in half.
So yeah, I think the film was a lot better when it came out back in 2007, but it hasn't particularly aged well. Some of the action scenes at the very end was really close up. You couldn't see shit. It was just like
Oh.
a huge waves of CGI going everywhere.
The big thing, what most fans was talking about was the Allspark was this giant ass cube, and then suddenly Bumblebee turns it into a size of a speaker,
How exactly it never addresses it, does it?
and then it's like Megatron originally was a P Walker, which was a gun.
Yeah.
And basically, he could turn from like his size to a size of a gun, and apparently it was like, oh no, we can't do that due to it'll break the law. It'll break the laws of logic and so and so, so and so. But yet they have a giant ass cube, like shrink down to like a size of a box, and it makes no sense.
Wait, is this all spot like dangerous to touch as well?
Yeah,
How the hell was Sam Witwicky carrying it, running through New York, to
Well-
try and get to this rooftop to hand it to those guys in the helicopter?
but the funny thing I've seen about is when Megatron and Optimus are fighting, and they're both on the floor, and Megatron gets up, sees a human, and he goes, "What is he saying?" He goes, "Puny mag," and he just flicks a human into the car, and he's like, when I got that on DVD, I had to re-watch it over and over again due to how funny it was.
Disgusting.
It's
So,
just,
there are some memorable little scenes like that, which are quite funny.
and also you have the stereotypical jocks in it as well,
Stereotypical jocks.
from the school,
Yes, yeah.
and the comedy.
Oh, is it like that guy that says, "Oh, didn't you try it for the football team last year?"
It's funny enough because like everything he's in is like a stereotypical like, yeah, it's one of them. It's plays like a stereotypical
Yeah.
jock.
Because, oh no, I was researching a book I was writing about the difference between brain damage and football.
But it's like,
I thought, what?
it just makes no sense. Like, what's it called?
It's kind of like that cliche character where it's there's the main antagonist and there's the girl. The girl of the main antagonist is always dating some jackass when the film starts, and then at the end of the film, the main antagonist gets the girl,
Yeah.
even if he's not as muscular or anything like that, the nerdy kind.
And I've also noticed as well, when we get taken in by the supers, what's it called? The 7 super...
Oh, Sector 7.
Sector 7?
Yeah.
When she's telling about his past, when Megan Fox is telling Sam about her past, she's literally grinning while saying it, and it's like,
Yeah.
hang on, if you're telling someone about your past, you'd be like, you see, you'd be very emotional over it, but...
Yeah, at least crack a tear, love. I mean,
Yeah, but she's there, she's like, yeah, my daddy had to, like, had to steal car parts for us to get through in life. And it's like, dude, if that's real life, you'd be like sobbing your eyes out saying, no, I had a rough bringing up.
And plus, I don't know how you can crack like a secret that big to someone who you just met a couple of days ago, and fall in love with him just because she's had a big alien invasion. I don't know. So overall, I'm going to give the first Transformers movie a B for its action, and just for the fact I just love nostalgia. How about you?
It was just for hype. So
Yeah,
A B.
hasn't aged particularly well. A B as well. Okay, that brings us to our final movie. Number 1, guys, is going to be Bumblebee. Now, thank God, when I heard that Michael Bay wasn't directing this new Transformers film, I thought maybe this is a turnaround for the season, for the franchise, sorry. And when I heard that it was a reboot as well, I thought, fantastic. How about you?
I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it?
No?
Okay, I'll try not to drop too many spoilers in this then.
Dude, Facebook already did that, so...
Facebook, alright then, okay. So one, I'm going to go with the character that Haley Steinfeld played, despite not being able to run into action like Mark Wahlberg did, and she wasn't annoyingly over the top like Shia LaBeouf. I thought she was actually the best human main antagonist out of the three.
But I have seen one scene. I've seen the Cybertron scene, and I kind of
At
like
the beginning.
Yeah, I kind of like how it pays reference. Like you see RC, you see the original Ratchet, who was actually like the medic, like stuff like that. It's like you see like every single Decepticon transforming, like they don't look like scrap metal like the films. Like they actually look like Transformers from the 80s. And it's like when I saw that scene, I was like, they've actually done something right for once. It's like
Exactly. Like I love what they've done with Optimus. When I look at if you type in Optimus Prime in Google, most likely you're going to get the Bay version. But if you look at the 1980s version, this Optimus pays respect to the way that one looked.
yeah, it's like even Bumblebee even turns into a Volkswagen as well. It's like in the Michael Bay movies, oh, it's a Camaro. It's like
Hang on, you mean a Beetle?
yeah, Volkswagen Beetle.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I don't have my car brands though.
It's like in Michael Bay movies, oh, it's like an old busted down car. And it's like, should it be a Beetle at first, or
Yeah.
not like just an old busted down Camaro or something?
Yeah.
But in like this one, he actually turns into a Volkswagen Beetle, which is quite good.
Yeah, really interesting stuff. I mean, I think what I also liked was the character of John Cena. When I first saw the trailer, I was like, yeah, the story was a bit predictable from the trailer. It's Bumblebee comes to Earth, befriends this girl. John Cena is the big military guy that's after Bumblebee, wants to take him in for questioning and stuff like that. And I thought to myself, yeah, I've seen this before, but I thought it was done pretty well.
And plus, they didn't fuck up Blitzwing either.
No, well, there's that too.
Yeah, because he was originally a triple changer, so the fact they kept that in is like paying homage to, like the director knew what he was doing because he was a fan of the 80s cartoons. But it's like, if that was Michael Bay, he'd be like, oh yeah, he can change into this. That's it, just one transformation. And it's like,
Stick an explosion in there while you're at it.
yeah, with a close-up shaky cam and yeah,
And mix it up with some cringy humour.
yeah.
Done. Dusted. So yeah, this film, you can tell that it's directed by someone else. I think Travis Knight has done a great job at redeeming the franchise. I'm actually interested to see what more Transformers films are going to come out now. Because there was a rumour that Transformers 6 had been shot down completely, but I reckon that's because they're building some brand new franchise out of it.
Apparently doing a Cybertron movie. A
I
whole
would
film
pay
based
to
on
see.
Cybertron.
I would pay to see that.
Did you ever play the Cybertron games?
I've never played a Transformers game in my life.
You need to play the Transformers Cybertron games. The problem is though, I'm all on Xbox 360 and PS3.
I've got a PS3. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so guys, very short on Bumblebee because we're short on time, but I'm going to give Bumblebee a B+.
I still haven't seen it yet, so I can't pass nothing.
He doesn't have an opinion, but honestly, it's good. They've really toned down on the stupid humour that Michael Bay did. No more close-up shots of like female arses like Megan Fox on a motorcycle, or anything like that.
I think they made her look trampy, you know, like the way she was dressed.
Yeah,
It's like every time you saw her, she had to have a belly showing or a chest showing.
Yeah, like in the first movie where she's leaning over the car like that.
Yeah, it's like the same in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when you first see her as like April O'Neil. She's like smartly dressed as a news reporter, but as soon as like the cameras go off, she goes back to being like that slutty, like.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be offensive, but she looks like slutty looking. She like does that with a shirt and everything. It's like.
Yeah, it's like Bay has a thing for like maybe hot women and stuff like that, but in this one, Travis Knight respects the fact that doesn't always make a great film, and Haley Steinfeld, she's always fully dressed. There's no shots of her arse or of her body, or anything like that. They've really redeemed themselves here.
That's another scene I've seen. I've seen the scene with the egg the house as well.
Yeah,
when they egg in the house, they egg the house, and Bumblebee gets the whole carton of eggs and just smashes it all on top. Then he starts jumping on the car, completely crushing it. I'm like, I can understand that because he's not from Earth, so he doesn't understand. So
yeah,
he just think it's fun. But when we tell him, oh, like you know,
yeah, you can't do that.
You can't do that. We've got to go. It's like that's quite hilarious.
Yeah, and hats off to Haley Steinfeld. She was, to me, one of the best stand-up performances of last year. So yeah, Bumblebee gets a B+.
And also, it's thanks to movies like this that's keeping John Cena out of WWE.
There you go as well. Is WWE that bad?
You know where you basically like, it's like one of them. You see too much of something, you don't see it anymore.
Oh, a bit how like every Power Rangers series is pretty much the same.
Yeah, but with John Cena, it's like he's been around for too long. Everyone's like got fed up of him. So when he pops up unexpected, it's like, oh yeah, but when he's there all the time, it's like, oh no.
Oh, just some average guy who's there all the time anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but funny enough, like wrestlers seem to be going into the acting business now. Dwayne Johnson, Dave Bautista, and now John Cena. I'm getting off topic here.
And not forgetting Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, okay. Well, that's something new I learned today. Hey guys, I don't know what the hell happened to the rest of my footage, but for some reason it went all fuzzy and I just can't edit the rest of it. So anyway, I just sort of dropped this this audio-based footage and just let you know that I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it. It took a stupidly long time to edit, but overall I had fun with it. So let me know down below in the comments if you want more collaborations with my friend Nigel. This was a ton of fun to make. He really knows his stuff about pop culture and everything. So yeah, I hope you have a fantastic day as always, and if you're new to my channel, please consider clicking that subscribe button. I upload at least once a week. Remember, you are awesome. Take care.